Hello guys, if you like my awesome gaming videos, my programming and web development courses, my editing courses and editing videos, and my tech talks and tech guidance, then you can consider subscribe. So hello guys, welcome to my channel. So this video is actually for what are the new things that we have in the Apple event and what are the old thing that we had. Here I'm gonna compare it with the iPhone 13 with the new iPhone 14 and the 13 Pro and the 14 Pro. What are the new things that we get? Especially this is the thing that matters to people. Just understand the specification and what you have and compare it with the old model and then see what you get. So basically what are the advantage we have? If you just consider the RAM amount was on the 13 was only 4 GB of RAM, but in this 14 we have the 6 GB of RAM, which is 2 GB difference, which is really massive for especially when you have a good RAM management. You need good amount of RAM. But in the iPhone and the iOS ecosystem, the RAM is not so important. The RAM management is pretty good in all around the devices. Even my 13 Pro has 6 GB of RAM and I never faced any lack in any things. Okay, it has a tremendous video quality performance and it has a great camera and the portrait mode, video quality, cinematic mode, gaming performance, everything is awesome. There's no complaint about it. So if you don't need a lot of power that already you have, so you don't need to upgrade. That A15 Bionic processor is so powerful, especially in the 13 and the 13 Pro series. The 13 Pro have 5-core GPU and the 13 had only 4-core GPU. But in the iPhone 14, you get a 5-core GPU, which is the same as iPhone 13 Pro had, and the 6 GB of RAM, which is the almost same. Only one thing that you get very important is the front-facing camera upgrade from 2.2 aperture to 1.9 aperture and it has autofocus capability. So if you have a good depth of camera in the front-facing, if you like a lot of selfies, group selfies, and in the difficult situation in low light, you can take a lot of amazing quality selfies. So recently they implemented a new thing called photonic engine. Especially this is important for our photo processing. What they actually do, they just use the diffusion before the processing or compression of the photo. So it will just dramatically increase its quality performance. They will just increase it like dramatically, and I can't say that at this moment, but I think when the reviewers will review this, you can see the difference there. So let's now talk about iPhone 14 Pro. So this is the thing that people should upgrade. Talk about should you upgrade from 13 Pro to 14 Pro later, but just understand what are the features you get, what are the advantage you get. Okay, first thing, you have the 4K cinematic camera that I already have in 13 Pro, but it is 1080p, which is quite good. But just imagine 4K would be a lot of high quality resolution. So if you have a good quality PC, you can edit it and make content and upload about it. So if you have a 4K cinematic video, just imagine this is just a normal 1080p cinematic video, how good that is. The 4K is almost the 4 times of 1080p, so it would be really good upgrade. The second thing that we have in the iPhone 14 Pro, which is the always on display, which is also called AOD. It is not like Samsung or any other company. So one thing I like about this always on display, they just didn't copy any other thing like Android smartphone just dims the display, it goes completely black, or you can only see only the text and the icons or something or images. But here you will see the complete display with colorful pattern, and it will just dim a little bit, it will just dim your display. This is actually they call the always on display. You can see everything, all the colors, on the beautiful things, all the pictures, images, icons, all of the things, but it doesn't dim all the way, like it doesn't go black. And also the display is already upgraded. It can go up to 1 Hz to 120 Hz. So the display is upgraded a lot. It can now stand still at 1 Hz when you turn on your always on display. So it will save a lot of battery. It has the latest A16 Bionic chipset, which is 4 nanometer process, and it is very efficient. A16 has 2 performance cores and 4 efficient core, which is also more efficient than before. It's very powerful. It can take 48 megapixels shots in ProRAW, and if you just combine it into, if you take normal shots, it will just combine it and it will just binning it to 12 megapixel, and it will divide 48 megapixel to by 4, which is combine it into 12 megapixel main shots. Okay, so the image size would be relatively small, but you get the better quality out of it because it is 48 megapixel. It is binning to 12 finally. Okay, so they just implemented that feature, and if you just shoot on RAW, you can directly shoot 48 megapixel pictures, which captures a lot of detail, but make sure it would be really high in size. So you should get the 256 GB variant if you just shoot a lot of raw photos. Okay, but normally I like normal photos. Normal photos are pretty good, and especially the portrait mode is increased a lot, and they said the nightlife photography or the night photography would be increased a lot. So now I'm to talk about the satellite connectivity. Is it not everywhere? Only US and Canada can have this feature. Especially this is a very rare feature that you need when you are in a jungle or in a place where network connectivity doesn't work or you don't have any Wi-Fi connectivity. That place you can just use your iPhone to connect to the satellite with the SOS emergency service. It can connect up to satellite and you can get a normal a service that you can call to some friends or emergency calling. For that you can use this, but this is not for general use. This is just for only 2 countries that it can have these facilities. In Bangladesh, India, Pakistan, or Asian country or European country, it is completely useless. Even they just swap out the SIM, physical SIM slot from this iPhone 14 series. Even the 14 Pro doesn't have this SIM slot, so they just gone with the complete eSIM, which is integrated in your smartphone, and this is the hassle for many people. But I think this is the future. A lot of smartphone will now integrate eSIM in their smartphone, because a lot of companies in this moment follow Apple and this watch Apple event and what are the innovation they do. I think Samsung, Xiaomi, Vivo, Sony, all of the companies now start using the eSIM from now on. And even I think they will copy the always on display feature, that Apple just dims the display a little bit so that you can see all the colors, beautiful colors on this display. And oh my goodness, the display quality is really good. I don't know how can they put 2000 brightness nits on 14 Pro. Already they took the display from Samsung, but Samsung has 1750 nits brightness, but on the other hand it can go up to 2000 nits. So it is mind-blowing, guys. And the normal HDR capability, you can go up to 1600 nits brightness to this display. So this display is top notch without any issues. But I think it will have some heating issues if you use too much brightness on if you go outside and use this high amount of brightness, your phone gets really hot, I'm sure. So even the 13 Pro has 1200 nits that I always use, and in the outside it performs really well. It is super clear, I can see every single thing, and it is performing really well till now. And then we have the very awesome dynamic island. The Apple actually called it dynamic island. And actually what it does, it have a multiple feature that you can use. Suppose you are calling someone, it can have your call pop up. When you are just unlocking your smartphone, it will just show you unlocking your smartphone signatures. And when you just playing your music, playing videos, it can go up to shortcuts. It can use shortcut, and your secondary notification panel, you can also use this thing. This is a very simple stuff, and this is a very innovative, and only Apple can do that. And I think everyone now, all the Android smartphone now start copying this Apple, because they never use these features on their notch. All of the smartphones have their notch or cutout, but they never use this kind of amazing features on their notch. So now the notch is very useful. The pill shape cutout is very useful, and we can use it for many simple purpose, for audio playing or video playing, and the alarm and all of the stuff that we do shortcuts, we can use this thing. And this would be really beautiful features. So Apple finally reimagined and really used the full potential of this pill shape cutout, so that we can have a much more better features. And the animation looks super crazy, man. These animations are super awesome, and this is the thing that makes the Apple really shines out, especially the event. The 14 Pro just shines out because of those things. So all of the things like 48 megapixel camera, the 4K HDR photo with the cinematic video shoot, and all of the always on display, higher quality display, and 1 Hz to 120 Hz display, and the 48 megapixel camera, and it can shoot 48 megapixel at RAW, ProRAW. And all of the things makes the iPhone 14 Pro is a really good choice for many people. If you already have iPhone 13 Pro, you can go with the 14 Pro series, which is a really good upgrade, but it is not mandatory for many people, because it doesn't have USB Type-C port and 8K recording and much more. Although 8K recording is not very important, we normally never use it. 4K is really good, so you can wait for that if you want, especially want this USB Type-C port. But it doesn't matter to me as well, because iPhone 13 Pro is a really good device. I'm really happy with it, and what the thing that it can produce, it is really good. And even if you have 12 Pro or 12 Pro Max, the gaming performance, the video quality, and the camera quality, everything would be really good. So even if you have 12 Pro, I don't suggest to go into that. If you have a really eager to upgrade to the 48 megapixel camera, always on display, and the beautiful display of 2000 brightness nits, then you definitely need to go to the 14 Pro, which I already recommend. It looks really beautiful, it is innovative, and it would be really unique to your hand. So till then, take care, bye bye. I'll see you in the next video with more awesome and beautiful content. So till then, take care, bye bye.